Hello, friends. Welcome to my live stream. And this stream is dedicated towards the business and startups. And I'm live right now, as always, at 3 o'clock every afternoon. And I am open to take any of your questions, your suggestions on your and also your comments. And my intention is to basically openly discuss the business changes which are happening in our industry and how these changes are affecting the strategy, overall strategy, what we need to do, and how we need to steer our business in the right direction. So the whole objective of this stream is basically discussing the business issues live with you. So you can actually ask me any questions. I'm available from 3 o'clock to 4. In fact, there is no time limit, so we can also extend based on your interest. But let me start today's session about discussing what is so pressing happening in our in the field, which is going to prompt changes in our business environment. And the first item on the list is the we know that the smartphones are completely packaged right now, and we don't have unlike the earlier times when we could buy a smartphone and also use the smartphone for a longer duration based on swappable batteries. So you could buy the battery as a spare part, and you will be able to even if your battery goes dead, you can simply replace the battery and continue using your lovely smartphone. So in between, the trend changed, and the smartphone started coming completely sealed along with the battery. And if it is an Apple smartphone, then whole lot of security is built in into each component of the Apple smartphone, including battery, motherboard, CPU, camera, etc. So even if you cannibalize a smartphone and try to use one of the part into another smartphone, then it will not be it will not work. And this is primarily done to enhance the security of the individual. When in the case of a stolen smartphone, the smartphone cannot be utilized and cannibalized for any other thing. So basically to prevent the theft of Apple iPhones, and similarly all other smartphones followed suit. And because of this, all the smartphones started coming with sealed units. But now they are going to go back to the olden times, especially because there are a lot of green tech or green tech legal system which are being introduced in the market, which are ensuring, or probably the government or the legal system is wants to get a report from you that how green is your product. And for each of these product, the specifications have been laid out, and to construct or to basically invest extra in order to make a green battery will actually erode a lot of profitability of the smartphone manufacturers. So now they are mulling over going back to the olden times when the battery manufacturers will specialize, will invest in making the battery for the smartphone, and the smartphone manufacturers will concentrate on building the smartphone. So users will be given freedom to buy a green battery which has been produced as per the government regulation. So this is something which is going on, and I think this is going to affect a lot of people, a lot of businesses, because I think this green regulations is going to affect everyone. If you are in manufacturing, then the green tech or the adaptation of the green technology is going to become the hallmark of probably one of the biggest requirement as we move forward towards 2050 or 2075, because each country has given their deadline that they would like to bring their carbon emissions to near zero standards in stipulated time frame. So because of this, there are new regulations which are coming in, and if you're starting your business journey in 2022 or 2023 onwards, then you have to basically engage with a legal person wherever you are, whichever country you are. It doesn't mean that you have to be in US or India or UK. You can be anywhere. These are things which is going to affect globally. And if you're even if you're trying to sell your services in other parts of the world, then especially for example in European Union, the laws have been already formulated, and they have been implemented very strictly. So even if you're trying to sell your services into EU, then these laws will be applicable today. And somebody will ask you how you have manufactured your goods. Are they following the new green standards? So I think this is going to be very interesting, and I think this I've actually chosen this latest development in the smartphone market, just to drive a point that the green regulations are becoming very, very important. And even if you're starting your these businesses today, then you have to be really careful about how you want to basically formulate your manufacturing standards. Now I have a viewer, Mr. Chandra Sen, and he's saying that I've heard about solid batteries. What about them? Well, the solid battery or so Chandra Sen, I think that's a very smart question. All the battery manufacturing or the battery manufacturers will have to change their manufacturing standards to basically ensure that there are zero carbon emission in the environment, and so that they can control the pollution. In any manufacturing, there is a outcome, there is a production, and there is a waste product. The waste has to be biodegradable. So this is what's going to change everything. So Chandrasen, thank you very much for asking this question. Very important question. All right, so let's move to the next item, which is going to change our business landscape. And that is, especially in India, you see this number resembles the numbers that you usually see in the European countries. Numeric followed by BH. BH stands for Bharat. Now this piece of information is very, very important for people who are driving, or they have the fleet, or they are personally driving for business or pleasure across India. So let me give you a little background. Say in India, the vehicle registration is actually a state matter. So there are several states, and India is a federal nation. So whenever you are living in a state, you buy a vehicle in that state which is registered in that state. Now, in case you transfer yourself or on work, or you basically shift your business, or whatever could be the reason, you have to carry your vehicle to another state. The legal hassle there is that you have to basically get an NOC from the previous state and then apply for a new registration number for your vehicle in a new state. It is a lot of hassles, and it is, it requires a lot of legwork, etc. And as it is, when you're shifting your base from one state to other, there are a lot of work that individual have to do in addition to this one as well, because car is a expensive equipment and also emotional equipment which you drive every day, and you like to treat your vehicle nicely and spick and span, and you don't want to lose that, and therefore this was an additional hassle. Now the government of India has launched this new type of registration called Bharat, and BH stands for Bharat. And the beauty of this thing is that anyone, even older vehicles, can be converted to this kind of registration. All you have to do is apply, fill an application form, give your credentials, your vehicle credentials and your credentials, KYC norms, etc., whatever the legal requirements are, and get your number plate converted to Bharat. Once that is converted to BH or Bharat, then there is no question of shifting your applying for NOC, getting registered registration done in another state. It will be a lot easier for people who are shifting base every 2 years, a couple of years, from one state to other. Especially when it comes to government, there are a lot of transfers, and people have to shift base, and it requires a lot of hassles. So I think this was required, this was needed, and for once and for all, this new change is going to bring lot of normalization and ease of use for citizens. And once they are able to register one number plate which works across India, and they don't have to re-register their vehicle, I think it's a very good benefit. It's a very healthy move by the government. And if you don't know about this, friends, I think it is important. I'm sharing this information with you simply because this is something which may affect you in future, or even now it may have affected you. So if you are moving around across India, and you are basically don't want to lose your vehicle, don't want to forcibly sell your vehicle and buy a new one in the new state, or transport your vehicle with the proper paperwork, now with the BH number you don't have to do that. You can avoid all of these hassles. You can shift your base, you can travel anywhere. There is no questions asked as long as you have a BH number plate. I think it's a good move considering the long-term implications, because in future people will be able to just register a BH number plate, and they don't have to bother about re-registering, etc. So I think it makes sense to get only one BH number plate on your vehicle, Bharat number plate, and that's it, end of story. All right, so let's move to the next information which is important for us and which can affect our business, and that is Google. How can we not talk about Google? Now the Google has announced that it is working on an AI based tool which can also read very bad handwriting and convert that into English or whatever language you have chosen, language of your choice. Now, why it is a big deal? You see, the handwritten documents, there is a OCR technology which is quite old, but then if the OCR is not able to make sense, it does not convert your handwritten writing into a text. And this is a big requirement actually. This has been pending for almost 20 years. Now with the advancement in AI, Google is experimenting with this tool, and they have confirmed that their AI, because AI is a learning based tool, it keeps learning various strokes in the handwriting. It will be able to read even very, very bad handwriting. So Google jokingly said that their AI bot will be able to read even doctor's prescription, which is very difficult thing to do. People, that only chemist can read what doctor has written, and doctor write their medicine prescription in such a way that only certain chemists of certain areas can read that doctor's handwriting. So now Google is saying that there is a AI based system which is going to help solve this problem, and you can probably automate a lot of these things, and especially these things will be very useful when it comes to KYC or giving a note, bridging a gap between physical world as well as the digital world, directly translate your handwriting to digital, so you can actually scribble something, and then when somebody is reading it, they don't have to really bother about reading your scribbled text. They can actually read the typed text. So I think this is a very good tool. It is not launched yet. It is supposed to be launched, and I think this is in testing phase right now, but I think this is a fantastic development, because this was a requirement, especially when people are indulged in construction work where there is a lot of salary stubs which have to be converted into ERP data, etc. And also doctor, that is a very good example. So probably in future, if this tool works in almost 99 or 6 sigma accuracy, then Google may decide to launch this as one of the plugins in their Chrome platform, and then lot of developers will be able to use this technology and build on top of this. So that there are so many extensions in Chrome which can be used by developers, and these ready-made extensions are available already pre-packaged, things like video conferencing, etc. So if you're building your application on top of it as a developer, you can just call those extensions without writing code, because those programs are already available as part of your browser. So it's going to be a big thing. And if the AI based extension available in Chrome, whole lot of problems will be solved. Also, it will create a lot of new initiatives for development projects which can solve a lot of issues in the field. Now, I have another observation from Chandra Sen, and he is saying that would the material matter for the number plate? Well, material would not matter for number plate, but I think the laws in many states in India have already undergone a lot of change, Chandra Sen. The number plates now are basically produced, manufactured by the government department, just like in the United States. Earlier in India, the road transport authority will give us the number, and we can actually spend our own money to get the number plate printed from outside, out of market basically. But now that has changed in many states, where the number plates are also standardized and given by the department, the road transport department, and you cannot change the number plate. And if you, in case you change the number plate, then you will be fined very heavily. So I think the material is also predetermined. The font size is also predetermined on the number plate, and those are new regulations which are almost standardized across India on many states. All right, let's move to the next item on our list today, which will impact our business, and that is the statement by the governor of RBI of India. RBI, as you know, is the Reserve Bank of India, which is a regulator for banking industry. Now, the governor is predicting or cautioning the industry that the next financial crisis for India may come from the cryptocurrency, because crypto, as you know, that is not legalized tender in India. So if you are investing in crypto, you have to be very careful. The risk is huge, and there you may end up into a lot of questioning being asked from you by the income tax authority, etc. Apart from that, even if you're not trying to bring the money back to India, the crypto is a bubble, and many countries are not, because this is an unregulated currency, unlike the regulated currency which is in control, and you can actually manage your economy by applying principles of economy. Crypto is different. Crypto is something which cannot be controlled. It's not regulated by any authority, regulation, etc., and it is a self-regulatory framework. So when you actually invest in crypto thinking that based on your current knowledge that it will increase, the price will increase so that you can gain more value. But then the problem is that since it is not regulated, the value of crypto is also not regulated. So if somebody is trying to say that, hey, one coin of crypto costs $3,000, on what basis? I think anybody who's investing in crypto must ask this. On what basis they are buying crypto? And it is not physical, unlike gold. If you buy gold, you know that you have purchased something in return of your money, and this is a stuff which is in front of you. It's a merchandise which you can sell. Crypto is completely digital, and the value of crypto is not determined by the market forces. So on what basis people are charging you premium for this currency? So that is why I think this is a very simple term on this on the crypto from my side, that first of all, it is not legal tender. If you are in India and trying to invest from India, it is not legal, it is not accepted. Second, I think you should ask the question yourself that on what basis you are going to invest in crypto, because people invest money in order to make money. You buy low and sell high. That is a basic logic of any investment. So on what basis you are putting your investment into crypto? Because you know for sure it is sort of a bubble. It is going to burst one day, and the very nature of crypto is it does not like regulations, and one day world will move towards crypto. I have no doubt about it. But until that time, until it is legalized and it is accepted world over, and there is no banking system, etc., etc., everything is in the internet, and web 3.0 will come, then it makes sense to basically create your crypto account. But not right now start paying premium on crypto. On what basis? Any investor will like to ask this question, and therefore if somebody is trying to sell crypto to you, I think be very wary of that. Don't invest your hard-earned money into crypto. And this is exactly what the RBI governor is also warning. And if you are investing and parking your money in crypto, it would result in a collapse in future. So be very wary of that. This was the last item on our list today, but there are a few questions. Let me go through the questions. So Chandrasen Verma Singh is asking me a question: is Google challenging Open AI? And the developer section. Okay, so he's asking me a question about the developers AI, and will people will be able to create code using Google technologies? Of course, the answer is yes. I mean, this is not new. This has been going on for almost a decade now, where whenever you're developing your software, you say that my software or my web application works on Chrome, or it works on Mozilla, or it works on Internet Explorer. And therefore there is a collaboration between Microsoft and Google. There are a lot of Google or Chrome extensions now available on even Explorer. So you can actually write applications, a web application. This is applicable only for the web-based applications. So you can call these extensions, which are pre-packaged into your browser, and you don't have to write any code. So it is not going against the OpenAI, because Chrome is an OpenAI. They are not charging any money for that. If you know HTML, if you know Java, you can actually create a very fantastic application which runs on web, and you can actually improve your user interface by calling these extensions, which are pre-bundled in Chrome browser, and you can leverage what is provided ready-made by Google. I think I am able to answer your question, Chandrasen. So thank you so much for asking questions and watching my program. So friends, we have come to an end of our program today. I will meet you tomorrow again at 3. So feel free to join me tomorrow again at the same time. Until then, keep rocking, keep selling, and keep growing your business. Bye bye for today.